I just did a video where I spoke about the fact that O2 have done a mid-contract price rise, and it's allowed people to literally to leave within 30 days of that notice. Otherwise, you are locked into that price rise and any contract you're already doing. I'm not going to go deep into the nuances with that. If you want to leave O2, you have to let them inform them that you want to leave, especially if you already have an existing handset, like a mobile device. If you want to be able to keep paying that monthly rather than everything up front, they're about over £1,000, some of these devices, especially if you're in the early stages of that contract. Just let them know you can keep making the monthly payments. If you change or just leave without informing them, you're liable to paying the whole handset up front all at once, and you're going to have probably debt collectors and all sorts of shit. So anyway, I'm not going to go too deep there, but you do it the right way. Let them know you can leave. Now, so like mine was £32 a month. It was going to increase to about £35 in the spring. And then after that is another increase. Before you know it, we're at £40 for unlimited data. I don't even need unlimited data. So on the one hand, of O2, £40 overall in a year or so, plus the handset. Or, I think GIFFGAF are the best, to be totally honest. Personally, I like GIFFGAF. I've been with them before. There's nuances to them. So it depends what you want. If you think you're going to be, I don't really want to be tied to anywhere. I don't like it. There's no need for it. You'll get a little bit extra data, but not worth the hassle to me. So we go through, because I mean, maybe people are not quite aware of the differences here. So you've got, they're promoting a plan, and that plan is an 18-month contract. So again, you're under contract yet again. It's not a big contract, £15, but I don't use my phone like a crazy person. Like I don't use it all the time, like on data and stuff. So there's times when maybe I won't care. So again, this is dependent. If you don't mind having a big contract, you want more data, you do the 18-month contract. It's a year and a half. If you're going to use it anyway, that's up to you. I'm not interested in that because I don't care enough about the data. You get a little bonus, but so like you get unlimited data if you just commit to it. But I don't even use that much data. Like I don't use it like maybe some people do. I don't know. But anyway, so these are all contracts that where it's 18-month contracts. You are tied in. Obviously, if you're going to do that, it makes more sense just to do this unlimited one while it's available. Was £25. It's a current deal they're doing. And it's quite favourable, isn't it? Like 200 gig for £20 a month. If you end up with them for that long, it's a no-brainer, really. But I prefer to have the flexibility to say not this month or whatever if I don't want to. Because you're not going to lose your phone number. It really depends if you're making calls and stuff, If you're not having a busy month, who cares? What's the point of me paying for it? It's just as simple as that, really. So they've got these monthly rolling plans, but then also beyond that, we've got these pay-as-you-go plans. Now, I want the monthly one. The monthly one means you can. It's recurring, but you can cancel any time. So you can just cancel it if you don't want to do it that month. But by allowing it recurring, you don't have the gap if you don't want it. So you haven't got to remember to set up a new plan or make a payment. I don't want to. I'd rather that it was just recurring through my bank card, but I can leave when I want, and I can switch the tiers around. Let's say I'm going on holiday, I want more data, I can increase it. Let's say I'm not using it, I can bring it down or keep it where it is. There's flexibility with it. This is the one I'm going to do personally. 20 gigabyte for £10 per month. It's just, it says it here. Switch your plan each month. 5G, hassle-free plans that renew monthly. You're not on a contract. It's literally just £20 a month. 20 gigabyte a month for tenner. Mine was 35 upwards of nearly 40 per the end for unlimited. So 20 gig or unlimited. £10, 30 plus, it's a no-brainer to me. Unlimited UK tech calls and texts, 5 gigabyte roaming included, EU. Now, yeah, you're probably going to get more. I think you get more roaming data with a different provider. But I'm not sure if you can upgrade that later. I don't know what the rules are with it. That might be a big deal breaker for some, but you're going to pay an awful lot elsewhere to have the perk you want. This is where it gets a bit crazy. So like 20, if you go below this, like for instance, where I was looking, like 5 gigabyte is £8. Well, it makes no sense. For the sake of £2, you might as well just get 20 gig. I just think the difference is huge. If you want more, 50, 100, but even there, look, 50 gigabyte for £15, and they're saying you can have unlimited on an 18-month contract for £15. But I don't think the average person's going to use 50 gigabyte of data. Some people maybe they have a console attached to it, or they're doing something where they literally need this constant feed. If you're a truck driver or something, and you use that to do your streaming constantly, I don't know, but the average person, I don't think is going to use more than the 20 anyway. I think probably won't even use 10 gig. But again, I suppose it depends what you do. So it does vary. And I would like to say these pay-as-you-go plans, I'm not really interested in myself. I'm not really sure how they exactly work. I don't know if they include. Well, it says the data there, so I guess it does. 15 gigabyte data for £10 a month. But it's no difference to the recurring. You know, that's all it is that the one has your bank card where they automatically take the payment unless you decide to cancel the recurring payment. That's all it is. You get 5 gigabyte extra, I think. Let me have a look. £10, 5 gigabyte extra just by having the recurring payment, pretty much. And you don't have the hassle of having to keep topping it up first directly. You don't have to log in and keep, I forgot, I better top it up. I can't make it. Just top it up. But anyway, like I say, for me personally, this £10 deal at 20 gig is a lot better than what O2 are offering. Now, let me show you something else. Now, I've got the iPhone 17 Pro. Got a case around it and stuff. I've got this nice little screen protector cover I like. You know, in terms of the fact that from an angle, you can't see a thing. Pretty cool, isn't it? I've never had that before. That's just something I added. They are doing a deal right now. I'm a salesman right now, and so I'm only interested in the SIM card. This seems like a really good deal, but it's like I don't need 2 phones, and then we're getting. But what I'm saying here is what I was paying for data and like calls and stuff from O2 just for the SIM card, just that side of things, is literally what you can get with an iPhone 17 phone with GIFFGAF. So you can actually have the phone as well. Now I've got a Pro, so I don't need the smaller normal iPhone 17. What do I need 2 phones for? So, but if you was interested in that, look, 256 gigabyte, mine's a 256 gigabyte Pro, base model. You go over here, go on pay monthly. You can pay more up front, more or less. I guess the monthly payment's going to drop, I guess. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not going to make much difference. So let's say you pay the lowest one, you pay the £25 up front for the phone. Okay. And then you can sit and decide how many years. I'm pretty sure when I did my one, with O2, you couldn't pick the years. I'm sure you couldn't. But you can actually have the phone quicker. You can actually just do it quicker. So that's quite mad. But if you want it over a 3-year contract, just like I had my phone, which I'm still going to be paying 30 odd quid actually, weirdly enough. But by the time you add the £10, I'm at like 40, just over £40 a month, and I've got 20 gigabyte data and a Pro. I think that's a great deal. So it's similar, really, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, I know this might just be for the phone. No, this is just the phone side. I'm getting all confused. So you can have a 3-year contract for £20 a month for the phone. Mine's 33, but it makes sense. It's a Pro, so it's going to be dearer. Or you can just pay. You can pay more and have it for a shorter period, which I think is a good idea if you can afford to pay the extra. You know, just less time paying it, really, isn't it? And then you can choose your plan. Now, they're obviously overly promoting this unlimited deal, which is great. It is a good deal. And like I say there, look, powered by O2's network, which is interesting. Now, that is good if you want a contract. Bear in mind, was already on a contract anyway. Unlimited data, £15. I was on £32. That was going to go up anyway. So you're saving 20 quid or whatever. But I'm going to save, I'm going to do it on the, what's I doing? The £10 deal. I'm trying to think where I was now. Yeah, I'm going to do £10. So I'm not even paying the extra 5. I could do the 5 and have all that unlimited data, but it just sits there. I don't need it. It doesn't even get used. It literally is, it's like, it helps your mind to say, oh, this is a great deal. How often do you use data? I use Wi-Fi at home, or whenever I'm about, I can use Wi-Fi at home. You know, but I have it. It's like, yeah, but you're paying for it and you're locked into a contract. But anyway, to each their own. I personally, if I was doing this deal, would go £10 a month, and I would pick this one. I would do you can have 18-month contract for 25 gig, or just lose 5 gig and not be tied into a contract for the airtime. So if they ever have a price, I don't know if they do price rises or not. I would just do this one just so I can opt out of it and lower it, because that's not a contract. It's monthly rolling. No contract, so I could drop the price of that whenever I want if I wanted to, or take it off 1 month. I don't want data, you know. So that's what I would do if I was doing that deal. I would do £10 for 20 gig or whatever it is. It's the same deal I was looking at, and then just do the phone contract. And you've got an iPhone 17 for £30 a month with 20 gig data, and an iPhone 17, or you can pay the extra 5 and have unlimited. I think it is. So, if you want the airtime stuck in a contract. But that's what you can do, literally. The choice is anybody's, but that's who I'm switching to, GIFFGAF, and I think it's a huge saving.